This is the tale of an extraordinary scheme to improve the lives of some of the most deprived people in all Africa. The location, Malawi, the fifth poorest nation in the world.
We don't hear about the country because it's peaceful. And it's peaceful because there's nothing anybody wants there. And it's beautiful, but behind that beauty is this terrible poverty. And this part of the poverty is having no health services.
An Oxford writer's determination to restore a 110-year-old hulk as a floating hospital continues a historic relationship dating back to the first explorations by David Livingstone. This remarkable steamship was originally financed by Oxbridge missionaries, who named her after their bishop, Chauncy Maples, who drowned in a storm on the lake. Since then, Chauncy Maples has been a gunboat, a trawler, even a refuge from Arab slavers. For 2 decades, she hasn't left her berth.
She still floats. She's the oldest floating ship in Africa. And she sits in Monkey Bay, which is a very beautiful place right down at the southern end of the lake. And at the moment she has a job. She's the local public bar. It's a very sad degeneration that what should be a useful ship. Lake Malawi is about 350 miles long and 50 or 60 miles wide. The local people have dugout canoes. They've had them for thousands of years. But you can only take 2 or 3 people in a canoe, and they tend to tip up, and crocodiles and hippos attack them. Although many roads have been built in Malawi in the last 50, even 100 years, for the majority of people who live around the edge of the lake, the only transport is a dugout canoe. So if their child gets sick, they have to put the child in the canoe and paddle 50 miles. And if there's a storm, the chances are they're going to drown.
Much of the lake is surrounded by steep, rocky mountains. Jamba is a typical lakeside village where the community survives by traditional fishing. Although Malawi has little mineral wealth to sell to the rest of the world, she's nearly self-sufficient in food, so the people quietly scrape by. Jamba's new school was built with international charity funds. The government provides trained teachers. But basic health care is almost non-existent.
This boat can go to the communities all the way around the lake, so it isn't a matter of, well, it would be a nice idea to have a hospital ship. It's the only thing. There is no alternative. They can't get to a hospital by road.
Monkey Bay used to be a busy port supplying maintenance services to all kinds of shipping on the lake. There is still a small commercial fishery. Trawlers land their catch of curious freshwater fish to feed the population and capital Lilongwe, 200 miles away. But commercially, things have been very quiet, until South Africa's top naval architect, the local marine engineer, and the Malawi government representative arrived, all here at Janie Hampton's behest. Peter Volschenk came to Monkey Bay to evaluate the general seaworthiness of such an ancient craft. He devised a series of simple tests to prove her floating stability. Overseeing the first stages of the project is Nigel Cheel, local ship's engineer. Together, they conducted a thorough survey. Every inch was measured and recorded to produce, eventually, computerized drawings. So far, so good. Good enough to warrant inspecting her bottom.
We're slowly getting there.
Her last captain is as excited as every other lakeside inhabitant.
Now I can see things happening, even though it will take about 2 years. But I can see that at least she will come back on the lake. And I would like to be one of, the first captain on as soon as she starts. She's a very good vessel with good behavior. And she was built for the lake.
Chauncy Maples was clearly built to last. The Malawi government has promised to match money raised elsewhere to train and pay the medical staff.
I think to the spirit of Malawi also, and if they can achieve the success of this project here, it's also a feather in their cap, technically. And this is the same all over Africa. People underestimate their technical abilities.
So this is a homegrown, recycled project. Not only is Chauncy Maples the oldest floating ship in the whole of Africa, but very soon she's going to be the most famous ship in Africa, and people all over the world are going to know about her. They're already asking questions. They want to know more.